got this opportunity to focus on racing and do it again, I was ready for my race run.
I couldn't honestly believe it, really. Like, when he came down into the hot seat, I was like, that's way beyond any of our expectations.
Amy's weekend, she was operating on a very different frequency from Lord's.
It was just really good this weekend. The team's moving in the right direction. We've got Aussie junior, Jackson Connelly, who's going to do his last year of junior racing with us. None of us have actually met him yet because he's been stuck in Australia. Looking forward to seeing him. So anyone that follows downhill has seen the live feed, the racing, the elite racers, fastest people in the world. What you might not have seen other than results on websites, if you follow these things, there is a separate event that happens on the same day before the elite racing, and it's the junior race. Some of the most hotly contested battles are in the junior races. Watching at home, you don't get to see it unless you're watching like team videos or stalking on Instagram. And at the moment there's the battle between Jackson Goldstein and Jordan Williams, and it's intense. And they're getting times that are in the top 10 in the elites, which is insane. I'm quite excited that we're going to be able to show some bits of that because we have some junior racers and they are quite fast.
I feel like it's really competitive nowadays. Like the top few juniors are doing times that will be good times in elite, so much more competitive than it ever has been, I think.
Track's so gnarly. Every time you come back to Fort William for the first time, it's just like, ah! So it's mint that we're getting to ride it for this national, and everyone's treating it as a warm-up. It's like, it's not a race. It's a race, but it's not a race. It's like a warm-up for the World Cup in 2 weeks.
Apparently that's what they're racing, yeah.
That's what they're doing in the World Cup.
Yeah, this is the track from the 90s, and if you look hard enough, you can actually see where we used to start.
I raced here at Fort William back in, I think it was 97, 98. We're all very excited because it was going to be the first chairlifted event ever in the UK. Unfortunately at the time though, they gave us all lift tickets and then wouldn't let us take our bikes in the gondolas. They were worried about dirt and damage, you know. Back then I was on the Turner Afterburner, fantastic, swallowed everything. You know, that 4-bar linkage with a horse link, you know, no brake jack. But pedalling was always an issue with them old bikes, you know. And it's good being here with a lad, very nostalgic. Yeah, I'd say it's poetic to be here with me racing at the inaugural Fort William, and then for my son to be racing his first World Cup here is very poetic.
Dad's driven me 20 hours across the country to race nationals and stuff when I was little.
I'm waiting for my boy to drop in on his first British national round in preparation for the World Cup in 2 weeks. Pretty nerve-wracking actually, because I've normally got huge distractions, but I just want him to have fun. Just really want him to enjoy himself and make the most of this. Come on, Jacko!
When he got the news back from Ben that he'd been selected to join Pinkbike, we were made up. We were so happy for him.
When I was picking the riders, what I did was I trawled race results in all the different countries that have like high-level race series, and started calling and interviewing people to find out who would be good potential for the team. We got to Jackson, and his story was quite like tugged on the heartstrings a little bit. Jackson couldn't go out on his first year of junior.
I didn't race World Cups last year because unfortunately Australia wouldn't let me out the country due to COVID restrictions.
Jackson missed the first year of junior, and there's only 2 years of junior. This is his last year to get a result, to prove what he can do before he moves into elite.
Juniors coming from Australia ranks and stuff and races, like it's hard because we don't have any real like competition where we all get together and race. It's only national champs, that kind of one race, and then we like come overseas and the tracks are gnarlier, the pace is higher, there's so many more juniors to go against. It is hard.
I did not think I'd be on a team after injuries and not being able to come over last year. I just had accepted that I was just going to privateer. This is honestly the dream. I can't thank everyone enough.
2 years ago, I had a crash at my local bike park.
A club round, a home race. Yeah, there's this one particular section which a normal human being would go, oh wow, that's a bit tricky. But Jackson being Jackson says, oh no, I can triple that. And yeah, landed it, but then come into contact with a tree on the run out.
I just hit a tree with my shoulder and just punched my humerus into my armpit. Originally they weren't gonna do surgery and see how it went. I went like a full season without any problems, and then a tiny mistake and it came out again, unfortunately. So I had surgery this off season.
We're just grateful that it's been now. So we always had the intention that Jackson would try his best to get, we try our best to get him overseas for the European summer. The only downside is yesterday was his 18th birthday, and that should have been his first ever World Cup falling on his birthday. It would have been just such a fantastic
milestone.
18th birthday gift.
Being at home watching the World Cup, knowing I could have been there, it sucked, but the race was still really good to watch, and knowing I'll be at the next one's really exciting. Most of my time now has been dedicated to getting fit, and it's getting there, but there's still a little bit of work to do. I'm going to have to definitely ease into the season a little bit, but I'm rearing to go, so we'll see in Fort William.
If that's not the kind of person you want to help, then I don't know who is. The junior years are so important when it comes to racing. It's your first chance at racing World Cups, first chance to prove yourself. Doing well in junior, it's, yeah, for a lot of people, you kind of have to.
Everybody wants that like sign at the start that just next superstar. A lot of them are going to be completely unknown, so all these managers are looking really close at those juniors.
You know, juniors is always a bit of a gamble. You can watch like their regional races and kind of pay attention to them, and you can kind of tell by their style, and they may or may not have it, and can they be worked with.
You got to just have your eyes open to see what's going on, and I think there's a lot of guys can be good if you give them the opportunity.
You know, attitude is big, right? If there's an athlete that has a reputation of being extremely hard to work with, then that goes a long way.
Some riders' mistakes is coming across the finish line and hitting your bars or shaking your head. That's a huge mistake and a huge no-no. You don't need to have a little tantrum when you cross the line. I think a big no-no is not throwing your toys out the pram.
Expecting too much from themselves, from the people that are supporting them, which I think comes from just being a bit too serious. Just enjoy the process and focus on that, and not focus on like winning this race or that race. Or when I was racing, I put a lot of pressure on myself sometimes to do that, and it's when it didn't work for me, I think. So yeah.
Me personally, I don't really, think, right, if he doesn't get a good result as a junior, he's no good. They can peak early, and especially in that junior age category, you can have kids that develop way sooner. So not just in size, but mentally as well. A lot of guys can get the results later in their career. So
just someone who's really positive, I think, and has that personality, but can also get results, which is,
Yeah, the ideal athlete wins every single race, has a good character, has a joke and a laugh, doesn't be serious the whole time, and kills it on social media. I think like that would be your ideal athlete, which obviously isn't realistic. But as long as you can get a happy medium of them all.
Like, one of the things I was worried about with Jackson, being a younger rider, coming back from injury, was him coming back too hard and injuring himself again. I was really worried he was going to come back and be like, right, this is what I can do, and then exploding.
Practice on Friday, 2 runs in the morning, the best the bike had felt, the best the track, just in general the best I'd ever felt since my shoulder surgery, since anything. So I was feeling so good. And then the third run, got a flat. So then I felt like I was like chasing the day. The fifth run of my day, the first rock garden, I came in, was feeling really confident. I was telling myself I was alright.
Shoulder.
I think I'm alright.
Your camera was okay, so that's the thing.
I just need a breather. Oh. But in my head I was like, is my collarbone broken? Is something on my shoulder cooked? Just because I'm so used to my last crashes and stuff have ended badly.
I feel like he's really aware of his feelings and his approach and being quite reflective on what's happening, which I think is rare for someone his age.
Straight to, yeah, look.
Yeah, it's like on that.
I can't make up that time that I'd lost, so to try and just, next time I will try and just go slower and not try and rush things.
He's also an absolute bulletproof individual, seems like in character and in body.
I look and then, I'm actually sore, I'm genuinely sore.
I mean, the little crush that Tebow and Jackson have got going on with each other, it's so cute.
Tebow's 25 but blow, going on like 6. We go right next to that, then right to the left.
Yeah, like down here. What? So it's like a straight line?
It's straight, all the way to the corner. Whereas you go off here, compress, down.
Yeah, but it's more... Hang on. It's straighter.
No, he's really good. He knows his stuff.
Keep chipping away.
Yeah.
You'll beat Tebow.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
I bet £100 on this.
So the uplift starts for you at 8:25, which is in 50 minutes.
Yeah, I don't have time. I'm sore ass.
I know that feeling.
Before qualies, I woke up actually questioning whether I would be able to ride.
Easy. Have some fun, mate. Bike riding, yeah? In a bit, bro. He's just trying to implement the lessons he learned yesterday of like not feeling the pressure too much. You know, things do go wrong sometimes, and that's what he's trying to learn as a junior right now. Just got to try and keep him calm, and so far he's doing a good job. I think he's getting some hard lessons real quick, taught by the floor.
Oh my god.
Positive thoughts, Jack?
I thought the crash would have affected me, but it hasn't really. For like the first 100 metres it did, and then I was fine.
It's good to have a digger, like, especially for you just coming back, because it reminds you that you're bulletproof, man.
Helmet, goggles, gloves.
Yep.
Bike, everything. Send it! You know what I'm gonna watch? I'll watch Danny Hart's Shampoo. Yeah. I knew enough to like be comfortable up there, but at the same time, I didn't have an expectation. I was only thinking about riding my bike.
Oh, he's held on because this is Jackson Connelly of Pinkbike Racing. World place for Jackson. And if he doesn't see it,
That's good, man.
I know, but I'm so
18 for
weak.
12th anyway. Ah, man, you killed it, bro.
My strength is definitely not there yet. I'm not as confident and as aggressive rider as I normally would be.
You're in? Yes. Right. That's okay then.
I think
Jackson was so proud of you.
I'm so proud of you, Jack.
Thank you.
I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
It's been a bloody mission to get here in general. So just to qualify was nuts. Qualifying 14th, I was stoked on that.
Hello, mate.
I had the stupidest crash.
Whereabouts?
I'll show you. The guy airdropped me. Stupidest little mistake, I went a bit too far out and then this root just went zonk.
Oh,
How's the shoulder?
Fine. I'm fine. It was
Proper
just
Superman.
My elbow's a little sore, but...
So you're off at 9:50?
Yeah, soon. I need to
Yeah.
get ready. Today was a little rushed because I'm new to the whole racing at 10 o'clock. Once we got onto the gondola, we both were like, right, reset, deep breath, everything, and it was sweet.
Oh mate, we're zen as
Zen. From there on, it was relaxed. I feel like I'm finding this mental groove at the moment that's really good. I don't feel stressed at all or anything.
It's been an honour and a pleasure. I'm really proud of your performance, everything you've learned.
Thank you.
Let's go have some fun up there, eh?
I made a mistake and told myself to forget about it and just have fun, and I forgot about it, but then I just kept making mistakes. So it was like, my mentality was really good and I felt good, but it was just messy. And I'm way too weak. Shoulder's not there yet. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword. Like, I was so happy for where I was, but at the same time, I know where I can be, so I was a bit frustrated. Like, at the end of the day, I'm really happy with considering what has happened. I was feeling pretty strong coming into Leogang. Like, finally felt like I was riding, like, on the way back to where I was. So I was really looking forward to it, to improve my result from Fort William. Couldn't get a clean run in at all. Like, not because of other people, just because of how messy the track was. I don't even know what's going on. Just deteriorating every run. And so different, so you just had to be really aware. I was willing to challenge myself, and it's good, really good for my riding to practice riding in the mud. I've ridden more wet conditions here than I would back home in a year.
First split was 7th, second split was 5th. I was like, you go, son. And then no Jackson, and I saw him drop and drop and drop, and I was like, are you kidding? And yeah, I literally felt sick. Like, I've never felt like that before. It was just horrible. And so I rung his mother, and no, he's not come off the hill. Don't know what's happened. Thought I'd give you the heads up. Sorry to worry you, bye. And then sent Peter a message, hey, any news on Jackson? Peter was like, no, I'm in the gondola myself, mate. I don't know what's going on. And I've got no news. So I walked out the stand, come around the back, and it was literally the happiest moment of my life. Because he was like, hey, Dad. And I looked, and there he was, stood there. But he was in one piece, stood there. You know?
It's just that is what I'm worried about, bro. Max got it on video, so we're all good. 25 foot, story drop, straight to my arse. Came in to the sketchy corner before the wooden jump. Lost all my speed, which I've done before. So then I just was like, oh, pedaled, and then just before the takeoff, my chain skipped or something, foot came off, pulled with one foot off, and landed in the knuckles sitting down. 2 little breaks on the end of my radius, and then they think I might have a little break in my pelvis too from landing, sitting down, but they can't quite tell. I need to do a CT scan. But yeah, I think I got away from it pretty lucky.
And him and his dad just keep saying that he's built different.
He constantly says it to me. I'm like, dude, oh no, I don't know about that. He goes, Dad, I'm built different.
And I didn't believe it until I saw that. Apparently he is built different. Now that's 5 weeks with him off the bike. 2 races are definitely going to be missed. Yeah, he's not going to have a whole lot of time left.
I just feel like I can't catch a break. Another injury. Roll with the punches and now try and get to work and get fit for hopefully snowshoe.
What are you going to do for the next 6 weeks?
Oh, I guess I'm on a bloody Sleeper Co apprenticeship for 5 weeks.
This sucks. This sucks major. Hey, work harder.
Oh. Yeah, should be fun. I just want to ride though, it's so annoying.